so happy we alive.
Bebop genius, claimed the most important bridge he ever crossed in his life was the bridge to Cherokee. As for myself and a host of local musicians, the most important bridge we ever crossed was the 2nd Street Bridge en route to Aebersold Drive in New Albany. I first met Jamey during Christmas break of '71 when he had just completed volume 3 in his Play-A-Long series. There are now over 114 volumes to give some sense of the scale here. That night, he wrote out for me this left-hand voicing of a 2-5-1 progression. There was no turning back. I returned home the way I had come, little comprehending I was on a dramatically different path. How many of us here tonight took our first tentative steps on that artistic journey due to Jamey's guidance? And now, hundreds of playing sessions, summer workshops, lectures, concerts later, our spirits are continually reinvigorated by this man's commitment, his focus, his passion. This is one of Jamey's favorite books, Richard Bach's Illusions. It's about an ordinary man born in the, quote, holy land of Indiana, who has an extraordinary impact on countless lives, moving them in profound ways, manifesting a sacred truth to a profane world. Does that sound familiar? And what is that truth? Simply this: we, all of us, possess the essence of the Creator within. Or, to translate that into the vernacular, anyone can improvise. The Aebersold credo. But so as not to lose perspective, consider the words of Teilhard de Chardin, who said, "We are not human beings having spiritual experiences. We are spiritual beings having human experiences." And clearly, our honoree has had his share of human experiences. For example, 3 questions come to mind. Number 1, how many button-down shirts and Docker slacks can one man own? 2, is it just an urban legend that a traffic officer could earn a lifetime quota by following Jamey exclusively for a week? 3, if loving your family and worshiping Alex, your grandson, 24/7 was a crime, wouldn't tonight's honoree be exchanging tuxedo black for jumpsuit orange? And like all the women and men of greatness, there are the seeming contradictions. Musicians prefer the gentler euphemism, counterpoint. So consider our honoree, a man who prides himself on being tough-minded and hard-nosed about business, but is such a big softy about his cats. A private person, savoring a quiet evening with Sarah, yet who becomes a Hoosier warrior on the basketball court. Goggles in place, the Barney Fife of the NBA. Raining three-pointers with deadly, apocalyptic accuracy. A philanthropic individual who would quibble over the cost of a burger, yet gives expensive musical instruments quietly and without fanfare to needy prison inmates. A globe-trotting clinician sought after for his refined musical sophistication, but who fails to see the phrase White Castle cuisine as oxymoronic. A celebrated saxophonist capable of improvising one smoking chorus after another, but who is the most outspoken anti-smoking crusader on the planet. And thousands of students, K through 12, can attest to that fact. A world-renowned musician possessing an encyclopedic recall of jazz recordings and performers, yet who not only owns a banjo, but plays it publicly with small children present. Seen in the context of this cosmic jam session in which we all improvise our lives, these idiosyncrasies are but endless variations on the theme of love. Love of life. Love of imagination, freedom, creativity, fearlessly encouraging risk, reveling in spontaneity, rejecting mindless repetition, always teaching. Art Kane took a photograph. The year was 1958, and this is widely acknowledged as the greatest jazz portrait of all time. Now, through the miracle of CGI, we magically transport Jamey to that great day in Harlem. Here he is, surrounded by an esteemed group of his musical peers. It's like the Jazz Cats are all together once again. That would be some play-along. Coda, quoting Duke Ellington, ever the eloquent spokesman. Jamey, we love you madly.
You know, you can redeem yourself. There's a piano here. I might need some intro music before the night's out. And by the way, he mentioned, Jamey, your cats, but I didn't read this. I didn't want to embarrass him. I guess I will now. You and your wife share your home with 3 lunatic cats, is what your bio says. Is that true? Guilty. Guilty, as charged. All right. As we continue tonight, I'd like to introduce Keith McGraw. We have a very special presentation to make now. Keith has been a Rotarian since 1989, president of the IU Alumni Club of Louisville in Southern Indiana, president of the Rotary Club of New Albany back in '95, and president of the New Albany Township Little League in '96 and '97. He and his wife Karen own Health Insurance by Design. They have 3 kids. One, Kyle, is a junior at IU Southeast. Kayla is a sophomore at U of L, and Cody a junior in high school.